Hello, Believer Wa Campo, and how are you? Welcome again to our episodes, and here it's your girl, Angel.
I am Kemadi, I'm a fan by the way.
Maria.
And so we shall be having a discussion as usual. We always discuss anything affecting you as a campus believer. And today, guess what? We have a very big topic and a guest. We shall be discussing about campus dating. And our guest,
Well, our guest today is Reverend Kanu from Zoe International Chapel. He's a well-known man of God, and it's better if we hear more about himself from him. Hi, Rev, how are you doing?
I'm blessed, I thank God. Thank you guys for coming over.
Thank you also for having us over. Would you mind telling us more about yourself and what you do?
Peter Kanu, my name is my name actually, and senior pastor of Zoe International Chapel. Was born, the vision was born in my heart in 2014, but literally became alive in 2020. Okay. But I am married to one beautiful tall lady, Anne Kanu, that is. And we are blessed with 2 girls and 2 boys, and another one that I'm taking care of from where my mom resides, that would be Nakuru. So originally from Nakuru, I'm missionary in Masailand, but Narok is my residence. I'm blessed. Well, I have 3 churches that I'm taking care of at the moment, 4 to be precise. That's the headquarters, Zoe International Chapel, and I have a branch on your way to Sekenani. Then I have 2 branches in Nakuru, and I thank God.
that's great.
Amen.
Wow, Believer Wa Campo, I believe umesikia hiyo is a very mtu ambaye wisdom.
Yeah,
wisdom
say
yeah, ile wisdom wasemanga the ancient wisdom.
Oh, yeah, that one.
And you know, our topic for today will be about dating in campus. So, Believer Wa Campo, what do you know about dating in campus? Well, be sure to stay with us till the end. Yeah, so Rev, if we start by, unajua tuko na so many definitions ya dating and what. So what exactly, in your perspective, is dating?
An interesting question. I think I forgot also to mention that I'm a theologian. I'm a Bible school lecturer in 2 schools. One is called Elohim Bible College, and then the other one is called Shepherd's Hope Training Center. One is based in Narok, one is based in Nakuru, but I do satellite classes. I bring the schools. And because of that, it has made me travel a bit, meet so different people, different systems, and people who seem very interesting. I have a very interesting perspective when it comes to dating. And well, I think I'll keep it real as well. Number one, I think dating is all fake.
Oh,
Boom.
like, yeah, boom.
I know. Well, I dated myself, you know. But one thing let me defend my perspective. I call dating fake because dating is all drama. It's all plastic. We're not real to each other. You know?
Why do you say so?
Well, number one, the young man is trying to prove himself to the girl like he's the right guy. So he does everything right. You know, I told people in one of, I think this was the biggest youth conference I've ever attended, and I was the main speaker. It happened in Kajiado. Over 2,000 young people had gathered. And I told them, I took my wife, during dating, I took my wife to a restaurant. I am yet to return her to that restaurant. Okay. It was out of our league. It was out of this world. It was an amazing place. These are my amazing restaurants. You are given your own waiter. They wait on you. So you don't need something and you have to wait. So they serve you and then anasoka kwa ukuta. They wait until you eat something else. They'll give you a few seconds and they come in and say, Are you okay? Anything else you need? You know, so that's just not following. You know, that class or that group of people. It's all fake. So I took her to that hotel to tell her where you're coming. This will be your normal. You know, this is what you're missing out if you don't take it. You know, I'm telling you, when reality don't on high. So I took her there, and I remember very well that I spent my 2 months' salary that I saved up in one night.
2 months salary.
2 months salary in one night. Now that tells you the kind of hotel you are in. Boy child. I remember, and I still remember the last question I asked her. I asked her, after we were done, they asked her, are you okay? And I asked her, anything else you need? But in my heart I was saying, please say no. My salary is done. I knew. I opened, the receipt in Alitago Nakajitabu. So when I opened, I saw the figures. She said, are you okay? I said, never been bad.
Oh, wow.
But I knew we were now at maximum. I had a borrowed car. It was fuel for me. It was my dad's car actually. So he fueled for me. And then my 2 months salary, all done in one night, And honestly, I couldn't take her for coffee the following day. That's how we finished my savings and future and present and past resources, and all that, just to impress her. My thing was to impress her, I dressed the way I don't normally dress because I had an impression to make. I said every right thing. But the truth is that having been married, my first one is 23 years old now. And having been married this long, and I discovered when we got to this other place, it's not what I thought it was in dating. Dating is all amazing, heaven on earth, because you're at your best game, she's at her best game, she's saying every right thing, doing every right thing. You are borrowing every clothes you don't have. It's like we're going out, I need to look my best, and you help her with a top or something, and then you are talking to your guys and they're giving you the best shoes and all that stuff. It's all fake. Then we get married and reality dawns. Ulirudisha viatu za wenyewe, nguo za wenyewe umerudisha. Your income literally cannot even sustain you in the real thing. And the girl came with the impression that she's coming to have an earth experience, paradise. I'm going to this palace, only to come to your room first of all. My house had 3 plastic chairs. I had 3 plates, 3 spoons, 3 forks, 3 cups. I had in triples, as in me, her, and a guest. If you mukikuja more than 3, I'll have to talk to my neighbor. Everything was in threes. That was it. And so you see why I say dating is all fake. So that brings me to my perspective now on dating. Dating should be as real as possible. That's what I told those young people. I said, when you are starting to date, you should tell each other the truth. Because you guys look at us now, you look at me now, 23 years in journey, and you think this is where you're going to start. It's been a journey. Tumekosana, tumependana, tumefanyana, all that stuff. We thought, I married a devil, and she thought, was I blind getting married to this guy? Then we got to the place where we fixed it. Now we know how it flows. It's been a journey, but you guys want to start here now. That's not a reality, So you have borrowed money that you are treating her, and you have wrong impression or unrealistic impression about you, and that's why you're starting your life. Now guess what? Disappointments, of course, are awaiting you ahead. Your expectations will be cut short. You're in for a shock. You're in for a shock and all that stuff. Because when you now get into the real relationship, all those supports and all those mechanisms are no longer working. So you either survive on Fuliza, Hustler Fund, all these other, Mshwari, borrowed life. You literally are living in borrowed life. So how long will you borrow until you stabilize? You can't. So you see why I call dating fake? Now then, if we have to do dating, then we have to change the whole thing whatsoever. The rules of the games must change. Can dating be an amazing experience? Of course, yes. I believe that. Can dating let you know who the person really is? No, never.
Really?
Oh, never. Trust me. One, because I will never be myself. Because in case you don't like me, I'll lose you. You see that? Because if I be me, what if I let you know really who I am? So what happens? What if you don't like me? And I've already liked you.
So I have to fake.
So I have to fake it.
Fake it till you make it.
That's the nonsense point. Okay? Fake it till you make it. So I'm going to be my best. I'm going to be what I am not to win you. So after I win you, I let go. It's like you're already in my net, so So you can have the real me. So what if you don't like the real me? There's a video, a picture, pictures put together, and it was an amazing wedding. It was a picture, an amazing wedding. And the girl was looking like an angel,
Yeah.
An angel in human skin. Literally, she was looking amazing. And so the guy was, so happy, excited, bragging to his friends he's gotten the most beautiful girl now. And so they go to the room, and so they were now getting rid of all those colorful stuff they had for the wedding. So the girl did the ring. The guy is like,
now the story is getting
yeah, that was not your hair. I fell in love with the fake thing. You see, women are so complicated. Sometimes I put this joke. It's a joke. God is even still trying to understand. Imagine,
Yes.
God gives them free hair. They go and cut it, put a fake one.
Yeah.
God gives them natural color. They don't like it. They go buy fake color. They either swallow medicine to change their color or they paint it. And God is like, I already painted you. So God gives them, this. They look for wembe. They get rid of it. They draw. God is like, I already did that. Can you imagine? Like almost 90% of women, anything you see is fake. That's dating.
Come on, don't
Okay, except this one. Except this one. And the one watching, the other ones.
Okay.
90% of who they are is fake. So this guy comes into the room. The first thing the girl does is the wig. And the guy begins to do the eyes, it's like, what else is also fake, And she got into the pocket and removed stuff, and it was,
What is this?
what else is also fake,
Yeah.
And she did that,
Yeah.
and she's becoming real. The guy is thinking, I think I was cheated, and then removed. It's like, my goodness, I fell in love with a fake person.
Yeah.
I said the figure, these guys go for figure 8, and the figure is becoming more like 1.
It's no longer an 8.
It's not 8, it's not even 6. For heaven's sake, it's becoming 1. And when the girl was finally done, she was looking a different person from the wedding day. So the guy had a mood you could see on there. And remember, these are photos, expressing the reality of the ground. How many natural girls do you have? One of the reasons why I married my wife is because she was natural. Even when I was young, I didn't like painted people. For lack of a better way of saying it, I didn't like painted people. So my wife was this natural Vaseline girl, and all that sort. This is what I want. Because when I wake up in the morning, I don't need to be shocked.
Who is this?
It's like, hey, you, I'm married. It's like, I'm actually the one who married. This is different. See, that's the thing I'm calling dating. You look amazing when I see you in that hotel. I feel like it's your mind right now. And so when we get to the house and you wash your face, this is not what I bargained for.
That is why actually vijana huku nowadays ndio wanasema ukipatana na mrembo before anything peleke swimming pool so that you get to know muonane man to man.
I agree. I would so cite that document in case it is a big requirement.
Was man-to-man necessary?
Yeah, the man-to-man part.
That's true. That's really true. I'm seeing, you have no idea how many young people I'm talking to. They reach out to me and it's like, this is not what I thought it was. So what did they tell you it was? And I've decided to be among those men of God guys that are going to put it flat on the table, like real. Let's talk real. What is really happening? What really should be happening? If there should be dating, then we should agree right from the beginning. This is the real thing. So if you don't like me, just before we go any further, before we hurt each other, I don't like this, I don't like this, I like this, I don't like this, and this is me. Okay?
Yeah.
And this and that and this and that, and do you like it? Okay, let's start from there. So let's see. So don't give each other unrealistic expectations. So I love you. I probably don't love you. You see, when we're dating, it's I love you too.
Yeah, I know you're right.
The truth is that I may not love you. I like you. I like you. I like you means I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm hearing. Like I like your voice. I like your figure. Men go by what they see. Women go by what they hear. That's how it works. So
that's why women wear makeup and men lie.
Interesting. That's why.
Women wear makeup and
Yes.
men lie.
And men lie. Exactly. Because men go for what they see. Women go for what they hear. So I may like what I'm seeing, but is this what I'm going to see every day? You see that? You guys, look at your mother. That's not how she used to look like. Ask your father. Your father will tell you, oh my goodness, when I saw your mother, I couldn't sleep. But she doesn't look that anymore. So what happens? Do we look for another one? We don't do that. Okay? So the question is, you may like what you're seeing now, she may not be looking like that in the morning. She may not, there are certain people in the morning they look something else, and during the day they look something else. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's the reality. So I don't love you. It's these emotions, things I feel right now, may be lying to me. So let's get to know each other, and then we know if we truly love each other. Because love cannot sustain a marriage.
Sure.
Yeah.
What does?
That's a concoction. We're talking about a concoction.
Yeah.
Love can sustain a marriage. I love you too is in an emotion. An emotion is there today, an emotion is not there tomorrow. Okay? I love you because there's something you've done and you touched my emotion in a certain way. Okay? There's a way you talked to me and I felt like, oh my God. But that's not how you're going to do tomorrow. Every day is not the same. Okay? So if I don't feel it tomorrow, so what does it? I don't love you anymore. So you're the only generation that says, it's good feeling. Things have changed. I now feel this guy, this other guy. You are now feel this other guy.
It's not feeling me.
And so what makes you think tomorrow how to feel? And then you keep changing. That's how you keep playing each other. Because you discover, I'm not getting from her what I want. So you find her to top up what she's missing. Then you find out she really doesn't have what I missed out. So you look for another one. So you're playing 4 people. I tried that when I was young. I mean, oh Lord. Oh Lord. I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, I tried that nonsense when I was young, and I thought, okay, this one is not giving me everything, you know, and so I can balance between blueband and peanut butter. Now the thing I didn't know is that they were friends. I didn't know. When you are young, you're very foolish, you know. So I didn't know they were friends. So you know what I did? I was telling this one everything. I was telling this one. So they started bragging to each other about their guy.
The guy.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is amazing. And so one day they decided, cut the story short, they decided to tell each other, you know what? I think we are friends. Right now we are friends. We shouldn't hide each other. They're like, yeah, by the way, we're friends. So who's your guy? So she says, okay, now see, I'm here. You can imagine that? I always imagine how that meeting was. Okay, now see, I'm here. And she says, Kanu. She says, wait a minute, which Kanu?
Hata wangu wanaitwa
it's like they describe it sounds like the same guy.
What?
I said, no, he's been. When did he alipeleka out when? I said, this day. Imagine nimepeleka huyo asubuhi nikapeleka huyo half day. Different places. Of course, because the waiter will be like, ataniuza. You know, the waiter will be like, why aren't you here in the morning? You know, so different places, but it was the same day. He says, "Mlenda out that day, that afternoon." Oh, so ndio maana alikuwa ananiambia. Yeah, and it's like, kumbe ni wewe. Very important.
Other commitment.
Oh, Jesus is Lord. So they set me up. The two of them set me up. I said, all right. So you mna meet where? I said, we are meeting next this time. All right. Tell me where you're meeting, and then we hook up there. So wakapanga, so I was meeting Lady A, and then Lady A akambia Lady B pale tuko. And so while we are having a good time and talking and all that, and I'm seeing someone coming, and I'm thinking, what on earth is this? How did she even know we were here? You know, so she comes in, it's like, hey, hi guys, and all that. And walikuwa we agree, no drama. We just ask him, and then we both dump him. Make him feel
The pain.
Yeah. So unfortunately, one of them changed her mind and said, when we are losing, mimi ndio ndabaki na yeye. Alikuwa amecheza huyu pia. So they said, you know what, cut. Moja tu alisema, you know, cut this nonsense. You've been playing us, we know it, we both are friends. I'm thinking, oh God. They said, today you are telling us, who is your girl? So I looked at them and I told them I'm not ready to answer that question. I said, no, that will be my fault. Miss Kujua nilisikia twa. Yeah, drank me a coffee. Azia nilizima coffee. Now, I didn't see sikuona coffee. Mimi nilisikia ta.
You never saw that guy.
I have no idea it was me. Until I began to drink. It's like this I did. Kumbe ni mimi nimepigwa coffee, you know. Alinilima coffee nzuri. And she walked up. The other one didn't follow. She said, I'm sorry, it was not supposed to be like so. So where do you go away from this nonsense thing? Yeah, okay. So she tried to, calm down. I said, you know what? Forget about the whole thing. I need to go back to my drawing board. So I'll let you know what I've decided. And so that's the thing we think when we're young. We think what I'm not getting from her, I'll get it from this one that I don't. And so you confuse yourself. You can't get everything in one person. What I've discovered in relationship is you get raw material. You don't get an end product, you get raw material. Okay? And so you make each other what God wants you to become. I think the most important thing in dating, the most important thing is is match up with a person who is willing to build you in the direction of your purpose.
Just match up.
That's it. Find out. And now you may not find that out. The truth is, you may not find out that in the first date. Okay? You may meet, you talk, and it's like, no, you didn't get me. You didn't get me. Alright? That's why during dating you should have very serious boundaries. Very serious boundaries. One, you don't meet in private. You are not angels. You are not machines. You are human beings. And feelings will be triggered, and one thing will lead to another. Then you guys will cross the boundary, and God will hands off. You'll be on your own. Okay? And so you create very serious boundaries during dating. You're like, if we are now serious, we are creating an atmosphere where we can understand each other and see if we're supposed to go somewhere. Okay? If this will lead us to somewhere or something very important. So you create very serious boundaries. You know, one of them is those, don't meet in private. Don't meet in private. You meet in private, it's an opportunity for the devil to show up. And it's going to mess with the both of you. And so find out. While we are interacting, we will get to know each other. And then you will know, why did you want to be involved? Like for example, when we were dating with my wife, one of the realities of the table was, I'm going to be a preacher. I'm going to be a pastor. I already can see my path. Naona kwenye naenda. You want to be a pastor's wife? Do you want to be a pastor's wife? It may not turn out the way you want, because people will look at right now Bishop so and so and see their luxurious lifestyle. You know, their big car, their big church, their big ministry and all that, and think, I want to be a pastor's wife. But you should ask them where they started from. You should ask them. You know, the church didn't start big. Being a young ministry, I foot most of the bills. You know, we are now building our church, and guess who should be the biggest giver? You know, it should be the visionary, the pastor. And after we begin to build, it has to finish. And the people might say, you know what? Uzuri mimi shut off. And they gave 2,000. The building is 500,000. Okay? I'm anticipating. We sell to 2K, at least me shut off. But the building is not finished. No, the building is not finished. We shut off there. You know? But you have to make sure the thing goes to the end. So there will be sacrifices over here, over there, and all that stuff until you see it become. Okay? So when we are dating, you create those boundaries and you say we are getting to know each other. So let's see how it goes the next 3 months. No expectations. Okay? No demands, you know. We'll see where it goes.
And that is dating.
That's dating. That's dating. You should dating. You should not have expectations. You should not have. You don't even know who you are dating. How can you even have expectations? We are going to get married. You don't even know if that's the person you want.
But before tuanze kudate, nishajua niwe nataka.
How did you know? It would be my question. You saw this person from afar, right?
Yeah.
From your class. You're talking about campus dating, yeah? It's in the class you saw them. It's the way they talk. I like the way you talk. I like the way you dress. It's from afar. That's not the real person. You want to know the real person, you touch them the wrong way. Then you will know.
The wrong way.
The wrong way.
I feel like this, knowing the 3 months and knowing each other, Campo is a friendship.
Actually, that's very important, because never get married to someone who's not your friend.
Yeah.
Don't settle for life with someone who's not your friend. Okay? Because you need to be in a place where we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, most people in many relationships cannot have a conversation. Ask me, I'm a pastor's trainer, and I know pastors who can't have a conversation with their wife. Unless we're talking about church.
Nothing more.
They have nothing else in common. They have nothing else in common. That's why you'll find people looking for things to keep them busy.
Yeah.
Now, you have children, that's a common thing, but then they will grow up and leave you. Then what happens?
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
You didn't get married to your friend, so what happens? You'll have to find someone else. That's why relationships are becoming complicated, because people are settling down with people who are not their friends. You see, a friend is someone you can start talking about nothing in particular and laugh about it. You know, we can actually literally laugh at someone else for nothing particular. Not, you know, when I say laugh at someone else, is they did something funny or they look something funny. We don't have to hurt them because they don't even know we are laughing, and end up adding more days, because laughter adds days in life. You know, we could literally see something funny, we laugh. We can talk about nothing in particular and enjoy each other's company. You see, we go out for coffee with my wife, and we are leaving our kids at home. They say, "Ay, bwana mtu chui." I said, "You guys will leave us. You are going to betray us." That's what we told them. Yeah, you are going to betray us. You will traitor, small little traitors. You know, that's what we tell them. And we tell them, you're going to fall in love, and then you will like someone more than you like us. And then you will leave us. So leave us to build our friendship. So we leave them at home. We go somewhere. And when we go, we don't have an agenda. Remember that? We don't have an agenda. So we're like, we've had cappuccino before, we've had latte before. So let's try something new. Even if it's not nice, at least we'll be able to tell people it's not nice. You know? So let's pick something else we've never. So you can see us on, you know, in the menu, and you think we don't have the money. No, we are looking for something weird in that menu. Ili the name is weird. Okay, so you have a weird one, and then I have a weird one. If we don't like it, at least we'll tell people we don't like it, and it's not nice because of 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, we do that, and only friends can do that. No, only friends can do that.
If I can ask, you answer to date your wife who are out.
Now, my life is very unique in the sense that, remember I've said I already knew church ministry, that would be my life. I knew that when I was very young. In primary school, ishaanza kushepa. In high school, I was the school pastor, you know. So when I left high school, I was not even interested in the results. To an extent, sisi tulikuwa tunangojaga whole year before we get our results. Nowadays, 844. So when I left, I went straight to Bible school. After before mwaka ishe, nimemaliza paper October, November. I went to Bible school straight kuomba opportunity kuingia shule January. They're like, you look so young, and then niko kadogo, you know. I was very small. So nikaomba ruhusa, you know, can I join Bible school in January? And they said, you are very young. Do you even know what? I told them, I know what I want. I know where I'm supposed to go. I want to go to Bible school. So they said, okay, kijana kanataka for serious. So they decided to give me interview. I was not even 18. Can you imagine that? I was not even 18. So they set up a panel, they asked me questions. It's like, he knows too much for his age. You know, they were like, acha kuja January alafu tuone. Kuja January. Hey, I was so serious with God, about God and everything, you know. So mimi nilikuwa sucked into ministry very young. Nasikia age 17, I'm already into very serious ministry. I mean, Bible school at the age of 17, you know. By the age of 18, the results kikuja, it's like, yeah, good, thank you. I already know what I'm doing. So again, you is my results. So to me, I was already sucked. So by the time ninamuka into, there's another part of life that I need to also grow. I was already 25.
25?
I was already 25. I was already doing missionary work. I had already left the country to go plant the church, to plant my first church, you know. I had done a lot. I had already traveled. I was already working with networks of people. By the time ninamuka, I have another life. I'm 25 years.
Between the age of 18 and
17.
17
to 25.
You're very serious with God. Are you dating and all that?
That is when I tried some nonsense. The ones I'm telling you, I got some good
Slap.
No wonder they fail. No wonder.
Nasema wasiwajudge man.
Lakini ilikuwa poa. Haingekuwa imefika hapo kwa.
You know, so my life is unique. My life is unique in that sense that I was too much in church. The moment, even time to your teenage, when I tried to check out these other things, try all this other stuff, I was so much in God or with God. Guilt couldn't allow me to stay there, the other side. You know, couldn't allow me. So I was so back in no time. I was so back in no time, back to God. So yeah, so I would say my life was a bit unique, but I think I got married at 25, 26, yeah. 26.
Makosa imefanyika kidogo.
Makosa kidogo lakini.
Tunarekebisha.
So what's the correct rule?
Let me start with the end of marriage then. Let's start with marriage. There is no correct time to get married. Because the intention of dating and relationship is the bigger goal, which is settling down, marriage. So there is no correct time to get married. That's number one. Number two, there is no correct person, the right person. Actually, I made this joke. The first man God gave a woman to was Adam, right? And then Kilipolmana and Semani, it's the woman you gave me. That's what he said. God said, oh, okay. So blame me, man. Believe me. So from now henceforth, the book of Proverbs says, he who finds a wife. So God had said, yeah. The days of God giving. Alafu kiumana unakuja kuniblame. Kila mtu ajitafutie. Alafu umekaa hapo. In fact, there is a video I was watching, talking to some young people the other day. And this guy is like, God, give me a wife. God, give me a wife. Give me a woman after your own heart. You know, he was praying all right prayer. And so the guy in a dress up is going to work. He goes out, and then the neighbor, who is a girl, says, hey, neighbor. It's like, I'm waiting on God. So I come snow. So the guy goes, then meets a lady up on stage, like, hey, good morning. I'm waiting on God. You know? And so Jama, several ladies, coffee, hey, good to see you, Kim. I'm waiting on God. Musini mix. Okay? Don't confuse me. I'm waiting on God. Unasikia wasichana wote wanasoma, you know? So he goes back and then he finished his day, he went back, knelt next to his bed, said, Lord, give me a wife. Give me a wife. This life is too hard. You know, and then the next day they did the same thing, different ladies, you know, and then that was snow. So where do you think the wife will come from? Heaven? Actually, God has nothing in heaven. Everything is already here. John 19 verse 30 says, it is finished. That's what Jesus said. You're looking for a car is here. You're looking for a mate is here. You're looking for everything that you're looking for from God is already on earth. There is no right person. There is no right person. We make each other right for each other.
What?
See that? That's new perspective.
You work out each other. That's why when you're starting to date, don't close the door. Shut the door, but don't lock it. Because you might start dating and discover you two are north and south. You two are north and south. You in campus you have a lot in common. One, probably the course you're doing. Probably the environment you have found yourself into. You are in the same school, so comrade, you know. But yeah, you're in the same path. But the truth is that you will all be done, and probably the fourth thing, you have nothing in common.
Yeah, sure.
Because your story of your life will take you Garissa. Me and Garissa, forget it. Maybe Mombasa, Pwani, Diani, that is what we are talking about. Mombasa, Lamu. That's what we're talking about. Now, unaongea kuhusu kwenda Garissa. Kanyanga. You see, haiwezi make.
When ulifikiria mtakuwa naye amekataa kula gari na machungwa.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So when you start dating, this is what I tell people. I tell people, number one, you are Romans chapter 8 verse 14. I'm not preaching. Romans 8:14 says, all sons of God are led by the Spirit of God. And so you're listening to the Holy Spirit. Now, first of all, you have to, before you start dating, you need to know yourself. You see, that's the other joke. You people start dating, you don't even know who you are. So if you don't know who you are, you don't even know what you want. If I know I'm a fish, I know I need water. I don't want water. I need water. Without water, I am so dead. Are you getting my point? If I know I'm a cow, I know I need grass. I don't want grass. I need grass. If I don't get grass, I'll be skinny and then I'm going to die. So you must know yourself so you know what you need. So here you are, two of you dating, two people who don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
So you're trying to find out who you are. So you keep fighting. You keep rubbing each other the wrong way. You see that? Yeah. And it's not because you want to hurt each other, it's because you're trying to find yourself. And so the first journey you should take with yourself is to know who you are. By the time I was starting to date, I already knew my path. I know what I want. So when I was meeting my wife, my friend there, because we were serving the same youth, when I asked her to sit down and I said, this is who I am, this is what I see in my future, this is what I want, and it's like, do you think you can settle for that? I said, I wouldn't mind. Well, let's see. Let's see. And so she tells me who she wants. I know what she wants. Okay, that's amazing. All right, let's see. Let's begin. So we built this friendship. It was so solid that people knew we were best friends. People knew. Now people could see how amazing we were already friends. So by the time we were getting friends, two friends were getting married. It's been fun. Of course, that's not always been heaven. But because we are friends, we are able to sort out our differences very, very easily. And so when is the right time to date? There is no right time to date. No right time to date. Only the following things you should look for. Number one, you know yourself. Don't start dating until you know yourself. Now, why am I saying there is no right time? No right time means I can't say 20, 21, 24, 23, because we all mature at different levels. You see that? Some people, because of the environment, because of how they were raised, they mature faster. Like my children are going to grow up, they are maturing very fast because of the environment I've created for them. We have conversations in my house. We have what we call parliament. And we sit down and all those are constituencies. Bring your issues, to Mr. President. And so we talk. So my children have grown in an atmosphere where they know how to express themselves. So they will be very different from their age groups who didn't get that chance.
Yeah, sure.
You see that? Yeah. So they're going to grow up faster. They might even get married at the age of 21. I don't mind at all.
Married,
I'm talking about marriage. I'm not talking about dating. No, yeah. You should sit down and talk with my daughter. Maybe one of these interviews you should talk to her. And at her age, 23, some people have engaged with her, they are thinking, how old are you again? And that has always been the question people ask me. In my life ever, people still ask me, how old are you again? How old are you again? And then the white hair gives me my age. I sit in forums, I'm thinking, And so I can't say, you can't say, nobody can tell you it's this age or this time or that time. But there are factors you can look for or look at before you start dating. The first one is knowing yourself. Do you know yourself? Do you even know who you are? Do you know what you want in this life? Do you know where you're going? The second question is your level of maturity. Because in dating, remember we are talking about being real with each other, right?
Yes.
So being real with each other. And so we are talking about, can we handle issues? Really, can we handle issues? Can we talk about the elephant in the room? And we don't have to scratch each other and choke each other and kill each other. You see how immaturity is bad? That people get married, immature people get married. Then they have differences. And then the guy kills the wife, kills the children, and kills himself. So how have we solved the issue?
No.
Or you kill the woman, kill the kids, then run away. So we solve me. So it's not. So when is the right time to get married? We are talking about the people who are killing each other. They are over 30 years old. So they got married at the right time? No. Because the second factor was not catered for, and that's maturity. Okay? So maturity will allow us to sit down and converse, have a mature conversation, talk. See, when for example, you guys, when you're dating, and the phone is always the biggest issue. And so the girl says, "Who's this?" Before I even explain, you have already made conclusions. The bows and the arrows are already sharpened. Oh yeah. So it doesn't matter what Kim you try to explain, she has already made up her mind. You know what? I don't need this. Ashamuka. Probably it's your cousin. Truly your cousin. No, it's not the fake one. Let me shock you. Today's generation, you guys have a different code of language. I meet people and they, like someone I know, like someone we know with my wife, is a friend of our family, but she calls everybody honey. Their family is so tight, so they call each other honey. Darling. They will be talking with someone and they will say, "Hey, darling, let me tell you something." Now, if you don't know her, you will think,
Nani huyo? Huyo ni nani? Mnaitanaje darling?
Yeah, hizo mawadi ziko karibu to a place where unasikia naita sweetheart, hey, wacha nikwambie. Those words are so close because of the setup of their families. You say, "Oh, my dear, let me tell you." So imagine ameniandikia message, ameniita my dear. So wewe umepata message my dear, utaniambia unani leo? I'm trying to tell you, there is nothing there. This my dear is sir, madam. It's hey, how do I convince you? So you can imagine the whole thing is messed up because of a misunderstanding. But if two people, mature people, spoke, then you could understand actually there are people who have grown in such a setup of family where they call each other sweetheart, honey, and all that it was embedded in the children. As they grew up, it was never a big deal. Never a big deal. Have you met people who have lived in a family that they are so expressive, and then atakuwekelea mkono, and you are a total stranger?
Sure.
I've seen those people. Tuna bond tu kidogo. They know who this is. So you are no longer strangers. Tuna bond hata atakuwekelea mkono.
Then the wife is like,
are you getting that? And it's like,
what is going on?
utaniambia.
Mr. Loverboy.
Yeah. Are you getting that?
yeah.
So if you're mature, then you understand different families, different setups, different things. Can we actually have a conversation, a serious conversation? It's not that cheating and all these things are not happening. They actually are. Okay. But can we sit down and have a conversation, resolve our matters without killing each other? The only thing that can make that possible is maturity. You see that? So when is the right time to date? When you're mature.
Yeah.
When you're mature. There are 30-year-old people that I don't want to interact with them. More of kids. Overgrown babies. For lack of a better way to describe it. The overgrown babies is like seriously grow up. And we're talking about someone who's 30 years old. There's a guy we grew up with, and he's 40. But that guy, we kept telling him, "Come on, grow up, man." And he always would speak about stuff like, that's a 16-year-old. And he's 40. So everyone used to avoid him. Alijikuta peke yake, finally, and all that. So, number one is get to know yourself. Number two, mature. Be mature. Number three, have a vision. So, why would you want to start dating if you are not looking for someone
prove you.
Yeah, to prove you, to move with you to the next level. I'm not dating. You're not a tissue. Tissue is as good to me as it serves its purpose. After it serves its purpose, I'm not interested in it. You should see the way we handle the tissue when it's new. Nice. After it's used, you get that? Because it's used. I'm not looking for someone to use. I'm looking for possibility of a future with. That's the mentality. I hope so.
Yeah.
You don't just get up and say it.
You don't just get up and say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and then 10 times here. No, you're not doing that. Your intention is not that. I'm looking for someone who will help me fulfill their destiny, and I help them fulfill their destiny. Remember, Jeremiah 1 says, I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb, and then I ordained you. That word ordained means set you apart. So there is something every one of us has been set apart to fulfill in our life. So I'm looking for someone who's going to help me fulfill. My wife is my greatest helper in realizing this vision. So I tell her, this is what I feel the Lord is saying. This is where I feel God is directing me. She tells me, that's amazing because we can actually do this. We can do this. It's like, I didn't think of that. So that's why this other person becomes the helper. So as she's helping me fulfill my destiny, I'm helping her fulfill hers. You see that? Now you start dating for the sake of eating chips, going out, dressing up, photo shoots, Facebook status, matching outfits. So you tell me, are you going anywhere? So that's why when it gets to somewhere in dating, because you don't have a vision, you start the famous statement, if you truly love me, then show me. Prove it. What you're saying, if you truly love me, have sex with me. But you don't have the guts to say it flat, And ladies, let me tell you the truth, as soon as a man sleeps with you, they begin losing interest in you. Naturally, let me show you how men were created. Yeah. Only few men will tell you the truth.
Really?
Only few men will tell you the truth. And this is the truth. Because very few men, it's like 1%, 2% truly loved you, no matter what happens. Whether you're dating and so on, no matter what happens, they will still go through. Okay, that's 1 or 2%. 98% men were created as hunters. Look at the lion. Okay, we are compared to the lion, the king of the jungle. So what does the lion do? It's very active as long as it is looking for the prey. As soon as it gets the antelope, the buffalo or whatever it is, what happens? After Yanzai Kukula immediately kills and then puts it down there. And then anaanza kuangalia wengine, relaxes, then will begin to use. As soon as it is satisfied, what happens? Whether imebaki ama itabaki, and most of the time, let's assume it's a buffalo. Ikibakisha, what does it do? It walks away. I don't need you anymore. So, hapo ndio fisi wanapata chakula. See how God balance. Okay? That's how God balance. Fisi ana mbio, so let's kibiza hii swara. So simba wewe kibiza ukule nusu niachie nusu. And it walks away. It's not interested in that thing anymore. Men are created as hunters. So as long as the pursuit is alive, the guy will pursue you. That's why most girls will complain, no longer arudishagi SMS zangu tena and call anymore. It's like I'm a border, and then I will ask them. Because I don't understand what's going on. I said, what's happening? Squeezy and tafuti and call and I wait when they're done. I ask them, have you guys had sex? At only once. Yeah. It's like I already know her. Next.
So that is literally infatuation. And how do I know the difference between these days just infatuation? Oh, he really loves me.
That's good. Very good question. Keep your boundaries. All the way.
And my boundaries know about to do it like How, like, which boundary is the boundary itself?
Good question.
How
Good
far?
question. How far is far?
Yeah.
How far is far?
Yeah.
That's why I say number one, I already told you, no meeting in private. No meeting in private. Number two, don't meet in a place where you could easily be tempted. Don't meet. Because you will say, but we're in the campus, so everybody is here. But you are somewhere behind this tree, behind this room, behind this building, veranda. Your veranda, and rarely people use that veranda. So what will happen? One thing will lead to another, and stuff like that. Don't do what would make you end up having sex. Generally, let me say that.
So like sex we get until we are married.
Keep off sex. Sex was meant for marriage. Actually, it works opposite. During marriage, it locks you. It makes you one. Before then, it draws you further from each other.
So the boundary of sex, anything that can lead to sex.
That's why I say the last one, anything that may lead to sex, because if you start it, you're going to end up there.
What if you are a strong person?
Come on.
I've had that before. I've had that before.
Self-control.
Yeah, I know. We've been there, done that. They say, me, I'm strong. As long as you have the flesh, you're not strong. As long as this is flesh, you're not strong. Unless you're on a bow, then you are strong. But as long as you have flesh, you're not strong. One thing will lead to another. One thing. If it is Samson that came down, I don't think there is any man who cannot come.
And David, a man that alone spoke that.
God, you say I'm strong. David, Samson was the strongest guy. You talk about church guy, then David was a church guy.
Yeah.
They both came down because of a woman.
Fear women.
Okay, so fear men too, because they are the men who create. They are men who create the atmosphere, only to leave the girl feeling used, wasted, and messed up the whole thing. Yeah, actually, you should fear men, because men create that thing, create that atmosphere. You pull the girl feels secure. Okay, it's like I got my man, only to find out that you don't have him. He left you long time ago.
Like wanasema
Kuna
lakini sina wewe.
Exactly. That's a very true statement. That's a very true statement. You have them, but you actually don't have them.
In short boundaries, any good days able to get with friends.
Start with friends. Start with friends. Okay. To get to marriage, there should be a process. There should be a process. You are getting to know me. The truth is I probably don't love you. I love what I'm seeing. I love what I'm hearing. Remember that statement, right? When you're starting to date, I love you too. That's a lie. You probably love what you're hearing, what you're seeing. That's what you're saying I love, but not really you, because you don't even know me. You should get to know me, and then you will know why watu wanamwagilianaga maji moto kwa nyumba. And they had an amazing wedding. I thought you loved me. I thought. Nice statement. You are just thoughting. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
I thought he loved me. Yeah. I've had a relationship where the girl emptied the account. The guy thought, then kumbe the girl warned his heart until he knew the passwords, ATM passwords and nini, alafu manzi anaenda na empty account. I know instances where the man would bring the girl, only to sleep with her and then drop her like nothing.
Oh.
And the girl would be like, but I give you my everything. And the guy is like, so?
Oh, that's
So wouldn't be boring. It's like you're talking about somebody who has feelings, a human being. You're talking about someone who has a destiny. I say, I'm going to dismantle kwa mabesti zake. So udem namonaga blah 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 blah, and it's like to them it was a conquest. It was Arsenal versus Liverpool. It was like, yeah, we won. That is what it was. Okay, nothing personal, but to Arsenal. Yeah.
Karibu nishangae Arsenal sasa kwa hii story.
Tulia tu nataja Arsenal.
You know, so that's it. That's it. We are growing into something. So it begins with friendship. Find out if they can be friends. How can you even call them friends? You met in the campus.
Yeah, how like
There are people you
See how fake it is? How fake it is. We just met huku na ni vile tu ni aje poa. Hata unazurura huko hata ninazurura.
Tuzurure pamoja.
Yes, tuzurure pamoja, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, oh, hata unafanya ikosa, hata mimi. By the way, I'm going this way. It's tuendanishi. Yeah. And it's like your family. You just met the other, hey, Zito, Vicky, you know, and so on. But you actually don't know each other. So how can you say I love you? You don't know me. The truth is you don't know me. So I probably like the way you dress. I probably like the way, you know, I like. So let's see if you can grow this like into. You see why?
Kwanza to grow the liking into something, it should be something you've agreed, the both of you.
Yes. You see, that's the conversation you people don't have.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That's the conversation you don't have. It's like, you know what? I like the way I've been watching you. I like the way you handle this issue and that issue. I liked the way you responded to this. I liked the way you did this. I wouldn't mind to get to know you. You see, I wouldn't mind to get to know you, because when they were doing all that, they were doing to the outsiders, not you. So now to you, it might be done differently. So the thing is, I wouldn't mind to get to know you. So can we go out for coffee? Yeah, sure, why not? And then you go out for coffee and then get to know if you like the way they sip their coffee. Unafika huko unakuta mgema, it's like, na ndio ni mrembo. I thought it's like, you know what? I'm not even interested.
You are crushed.
Yeah, I'm a crush, you know. Or you go and then the way they chew, it's like, na ndio jamaa anabaga poa. You and I chew, I wouldn't want that to be my man, you know. So you notice before the dating experience, before the dinner, the lunch, the whatever, you thought he's an angel. Until you got to know them, it's like, you know. But then the bigger picture is, we can change the chewing.
Yeah, sure.
Are you getting that?
We can compromise.
Yeah. Mimi niko na bag suit na sport shoes. Can you imagine that? When my wife found me, I was kwanza kuna picha moja hapo sitakai kuiona. Nimeng'ara na suti na tie na sport. Nikakunywa uji na ugali, you know? They can't go. They can't go. On a serious note, they can't go. Uji na ugali on a serious note, you know? Yeah. Bora ijaze tumbo. No, he can't go. He can't go. So, but then my wife's so beyond my suit and sport shoes. I said, we can fix that. I said, in dating is when you get to know each other. You agree to be real. And then in being real is when I can fix that. Yeah, I can fix that. I think we can change that. It's just like, siku ingine, usivai hii top na hilo. Sasa hiyo mazee alipokuja, okay, it's not you, it's an example, you know? But the way siku hiyo akikuja hiyo date alikuwa meng'ara yake yote. From where they come from, alikuwa ameua. You know, from where they come from the perspective of, siku zetu mazee, suti na hiyo sporty, where I was coming from. I was turning heads. It's like, oops and none, you know. But then when I came to my wife's world, it was like, oh my. Who is this guy? That's why they say once to someone it is trash, to another is treasure. You know, to someone is a big deal, to someone else is something else. Yeah.
Yes. watu hujiuliza huku like you know the reason why interact na wase huku nje, the reason why they tend to have sex before marriage is one, kuna mtu aliniambia like oya na nikienda alafu nipate mali hali si hali huko, ama kama ni msichana asema tukipata mashina iwaki, so inabidi like we test yeah. So what's your take on that? Because personally sometimes unaona nikaa ni pale ndio zile za ndani na ukweli, mtu anaweza kuambia unaweza na by the way. So what now according to that unaweza fanya nini?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take you back to Romans 8:14. Our parents got married. We are not the first ones getting married now.
Yeah.
Our grandparents got married. But that was not a topic. That was not a discussion. That was not a point of concern. It was not. So why is it a point of concern now? That's the big question. But again, back to Romans chapter 8 verse 14. What did it say? All sons of God are led by the Spirit of God. So when you are a church, kumbuka tunaongea kuhusu a believer. We're not talking about just anyone. We're talking about a believer. And according to the scriptures, the book of Galatians and the book of Ephesians, especially Ephesians, he tells the church, or he tells the believers of the church of Ephesus, walk worthy of your calling. Okay? Because these people, Galatians says, these people will not see heaven. Among those that will not see heaven, or among those that will not inherit the kingdom of God. And again, it is repeated in several places in the scriptures. Among the people that will not see heaven are fornicators. So who is a fornicator? If we are defining a fornicator, it's someone who has sex with someone that is not their partner, married partner. Okay? So unless you're not a believer, okay, unless you want us to, you know, today we are having a church, a setup of believers that want to be accommodative. We call it accommodative, eh? And so we are compromised. We are having to compromise a few, so that we can be accommodative. No, the scripture does not change. The scripture does not change. Fornication is sin. It's not a mistake. It's sin. And what is fornication? Sex with a partner that is not your married partner. You are not married to that person. If you have sex with them, you've committed fornication, then you have missed the will of God. Then God is not involved in that. Well, my question is this: now that you know the machine is working, so
My Lord.
yeah, now you know the girl is a girl. Okay? So what happens? And then in the process, she gets pregnant. And here is a guy. Nani, where? How do I even know after me nilienda nani alikuja? See how complicated it's becoming. And then tomorrow Kim will say, not this Kim, the other Kim. This is Kimani. The other Kim says, me siko tayari kuwa baba. So shika hii do and toa hiyo kitu. Now we graduate the sin from fornication into murderers. Is that really what you want? In the name of, you know, what if I get there? No. That's why we have the Spirit of God. When I was coming to Narok, I didn't know Narok. I never lived in Narok, you know. And God is putting in my heart, I have an assignment for you. So move to Narok. So when I'm coming here, it's like, Holy Spirit, now you know the details of Narok. When I went to whatever destination God sent me, I'm like, God, you know where I'm going. You know what you want me to accomplish. You know the people I'm going to meet there. So you show me what to do. And the Spirit of God will give me instructions, guide me, lead me, you know, show me what to do, what not to do, and stuff like that. So when you have the Holy Spirit, you will be guided. You will know. Because if this is the person that will help you fulfill your destiny, then the Spirit of God will help you. So trust me, He has already worked on the machines and the gadgets and
everything is okay for you.
Yes, everything is fine. All other factors get up. Okay? So that nonsense of let's check and see. No, that's compromise. That's compromise.
You should always trust in God, like Holy Spirit. Let the Spirit lead you.
Yes, unless you're not a believer.
Yeah.
The See, today we have believers that are non-believers. We have believers that are
Non-believers in church.
Isn't that weird?
Very weird, actually complicated.
Yeah, because we say we are born again. Yeah, it's complicating the whole thing. We say we are born again, so we become believers. But we have believers who don't believe. I hear you guys giving testimonies. God amefanya kitu alafu nasema, guy, I can't believe it.
Yeah, don't worry.
And I'm like, see, that's why we prayed. See, we prayed, we believed God had. We believed God. So you are a believer. Now God has done it. You don't believe?
Hata siamini.
Imagine, hivyo ndo tunasemaga, haki hata siamini ni mimi. You know, hata siamini. I can't believe it. We have non-believing believers in today's setting. If you're a believer, then you must believe that God has a good plan for you. You must believe that God, all things work together for good for you because you love God. You must believe in the leading of the Holy Spirit. And if you must believe that all incorporated, the Lord is working on for you. So including, you're going the process in between. God will show you what to do. So, but this thing of trying, you know, and that's why we are saying, so you find out. So you find out that she's not who you thought she is. And so you dump her. Then you go to the next one. And then you
try the same.
Yeah, so 15 girls before your wedding day. Why do you also forget Galatians 6:7? Which says, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So guess what will happen? That's what will happen to your daughter.
Ama ikuwa hata mwenye ndio alikuwa kwa wangu pia yeye ana.
Of course. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. By the time unapatiwa. Mic check 1 2. Wewe uko 15 yako 32. Huwezi panda mahindi gorogoro moja uvune gorogoro moja. So unavuna gunia. Yes, magunia. Literally actually magunia. So wewe uko msichana number 8 yako 32. You know, and it's like, finally I found her. Well, you should not complain. You should not complain at all. Yeah. But the worst picture I like creating is that happening to your own daughter.
It hurts.
Then if it hurts, don't do it. If you can't wait for me, girls, you should tell, if you can't wait for the right time, if you can't wait for that day, then this thing is not meant to be. We wait.
Wow.
So like on your perspective, mimi bado niko kwa ile part ya dating is a process. Like it's a long process. Like now we're in campus. And you know, bearing in mind the process. Can you tell a campus, mtu wa campus adetama ungemwambia aje, like, you know, giving in mind the process and all that. And you know the current dating life, like I don't think there's dating without intimacy. Tunaongelesha believers, it's possible.
Yeah.
But the current part tunaifanya like it's very much impossible.
So and also ukijibu na hiyo swali, there's this part you mentioned about kwanza friends zone kiasi. Unajua the problem is how long
Okay, go friends zone unatoka.
So how long should that you know the friends zone naweza kuwa mjana date kwa first year and friends zone mpaka for year friends zone so yeah.
Well, you can know them while still in campus. You can be intentional about it and begin to build it while you're still in campus.
In campus.
Oh yeah. I know people that dated in campus and now they're married. Not one, not twice, not three. But and they met first year. It's like, I think I would like to explore this. And both of them they knew who they were and they were mature. Okay? They knew who they were already and they were mature. Okay?
They had a vision.
Yeah, and they had a vision. Alright? So this is what I want. This is where I'm going and all that. And the girl is like, ooh, I would love to go there. Because I have this picture and I think it blends in very well. Let's see how it goes. So they grew their friendship. Now, how long can the friendship go? Now remember, the friendship is a lifetime project. You should not stop because you got married.
You should continue.
Friendship is forever. You should grow old together as amazing friends. You know, that's the thing. So friendship has no deadline. So don't ask how long will this friendship last before we graduate it. No, the friendship is the foundation. Kama kusema tumeweka foundation, unaweza jenga pale. No, you are supposed to build on the foundation.
Continue.
Yeah, it's a continuous thing. So that's why we're calling it a process. So friendship is the foundation, so it continues from there. Now from there, from the foundation, is you take care of the basics. You can't take care of everything. We are still getting to know each other. We've been married for a while now, and we are still getting surprises because we didn't have all the conditions at that time. So kuna zingine zinatokea saa hii, and it's like, wow, okay, sikujua unaweza fanya hivi. You know, she didn't think I would think like that. See how it's turning to be different. And so that's the other thing you have to remember. You can't fix everything on day one. So what you do, you come up with the main things. Main things, like for example with me, the main thing was that I'm going to end up being a preacher. Are you okay with that? 2, I may never get employed. Are you okay with that? Okay, I may never get employed. Number 3, our life may not start amazing like the other people you see. All right, so we may have to work out hapa na pale and all that, but finally God will come through for us. Are you okay with that? Yes. Those were my main.
The basics.
Yeah. And the 4th one was we may not end up, because calling moves people. We may not end up living in a group. Are you okay with that? I said, yeah, I'm okay. So I put all that on the table, and she said, fine. So when she said fine, she sold me hers. We put it on the table and said, I think we can start with this. So we started with this. So wakati kimeumana ama things zimetukalia, there was no day my wife has told me niende nitafute job kama wanaume wengine. We put it very clear. I may never be employed. Are you okay with that? Okay. I may never work in a certain company. Are you okay with that? Okay. That was very clear from the beginning. And so kikiumana huku mbele, you will not push me in a direction that is not mine. If things, when the rubber meets the road, when you meet that hardship in your life, your wilderness, then I will not push you where it's not your destiny, it's not your direction. No, we will find a way to work it out because we are both in it. You see? So all you need to find out in the dating stage, in the friendship stage, is to find out, this is who I am, this is what I know. And by the way, the other thing is that what you think you know evolves. Mimi, I never thought I would ever start a ministry. I thought I would help people. My father was a bishop, so I thought I would help him. He changed. I went to help someone else. And then I thought, sasa nakufia huko, nitazeekea huko. In fact, I used to say, you know me, God is laughing in heaven saying, yeah, so that's what you think. You know, and all that. God is changing, changing. And now my heart is being pulled towards Brazil. So Kenya, very soon I'll say kwaheri to Kenya. And Brazil will be my now new home. You get that? And so you make sure that the basics, so this thing you think you know, this person you think you know, with time will evolve. Okay, will evolve. As you mature in God, you will begin to find out things about yourself and discover, I think I would want this. I think God is leading me in this direction. Just be swift. But real life inakaa kama motorbike, eh? Ukibeba na msee wa bike, akiinama unainama na yeye. Ukikataa kuinama, bike itakosa balance. You fall. Yeah, mtaanguka. Siku moja nimebebwa na jamaa wa sport bike, eh? Yeah, that's sport bike. Oh, goodness Lord. I close my eyes, I see it. It was a nice bike. Hata vile tu inakuruma. So akanishow, pasi, nishike poa. You know? I'm like, I'm a man, but so unataka nishike kadi. You know? It's like, so nikamwambia niko poa. Nikamwambia, okay. So, tukatoka poa kwa boma yake, sasa hivi tumetoka poa. Tukaenda main road. Kuingia main road tu, akapiga zile za vuvum. Alafu akaingia. Kaachilia. Nilimshika mpaka ilibidi ya slow down ndio niongeleshe. akaniambia loose grip kiasi sikui. Niliona nikimshika hivi naweza achwa. Ile hiyo kitu inaenda. So nilimshika mpaka namfinya. Hey, he did need to tell me how to grip him. The speed ya bike. Na alikuwa amenikocha akaniambia tukiinama tunainama. Okay? So tunafika kwa kona na unajua zile ma sport bike wanalala. So nilale na naona kama tunaenda kuanguka. And then anarudi tunalala hivi. With the bike, if you want to enjoy the ride, if you are not looking for an accident, you must flow with the driver. That's how life is. We don't know what is awaiting us tomorrow. But as long as I know I have you, then let's do this. So during dating, you are looking for someone who is willing to do life with you. Ikinama tunainama. You know, sisi we've lived all the lives. That's what I tell people. Sisi tumekaa huko down, siku moja tulikula ugali, like breakfast, lunch and supper for almost a whole year. Mpaka moja mtoto wetu akatuambia, "Msinichukulie vibaya, can I ask a question?" It's like, yeah, kaulizaje? Si sukuma itamea kwa tumbo. Can you imagine mtoto akikuuliza honestly, si sukuma itamea kwa tumbo? And you know that voice, eh? He said, why? Tumekula sana. You know, kabla waende shule wanakula ugali na sukuma. Wakikuja wanakuta hiyo ugali na sukuma, na sisi tulikula lunch ugali na sukuma. That was the only thing we could find for a whole year. A whole year. That was the best thing we could find. That was the easiest meal to provide. You get my point? Yeah. So will she diss you then? It's not, this is not what I'm again for. Ukijipanga ulikujia. But when we went to that town, we went together. Then we moved. We've lived in our own compound. We've lived in kwa estate enye una tamani wakuwe wasafi kaa wewe but our get. You get it? It's like they are so nasty, dirty and everything. We had to. That was the level we could afford at that time. Mtoto wako mwenyewe anadanganya mabesti zake kwenye anaishi, anapita kweli. Adanganya mabesti alafu akishaenda ndiye anakimbia na rudi. Unaona mtu unauza nini? Tena mabesti wako sitaki wajue kweli. How do you think you feel as a parent?
Very bad.
It's like, ouch. Has it got to say but we are no longer there. We are no longer there. And so forth. So you need someone in life that you can do the bends with. That's the person you're looking for. And so during dating, as you're getting to know each other, you come up with those basics. Those basics. You find that person, begin to work on it. Remember, there are no perfect people out here. There are no, only raw materials. So we begin to build each other towards that. Know how I operate, I know how you operate. And then my weaknesses, your strength will cover my weaknesses, my strength will cover your weaknesses, and we grow up. So can you find someone in campus and then date them and finally marry them? Why not? Why not? Relationship is intentional. That's what I'm learning. Relationship is intentional. You just purpose to build something. You just purpose to work on something. And then it becomes something beautiful.
Okay, according to Christian perspective, in as much as this is a Christian human being, so is it okay for Christians to date?
Absolutely yes. Dating is actually a process of getting to know someone else with the intention of becoming something more than just friendship. Yeah.
Okay, and also as a Christian, can you date non-Christians?
Yeah, good question. Corinthians says light and darkness, they have no relationship.
Oh.
Light and darkness, they have never related. As soon as light comes in, darkness leaves. The Bible calls you children of light. The Bible calls us children of light. And a believer and non-believer, we don't change the scriptures because we're in 2024. No. Believers and non-believers can never date. We have nothing in common. We have no fellowship together. And don't lie to yourself. You know, I will love them into salvation. You know? Yeah. Baka ni change. You can't change anyone. Okay? You can never change anyone. The only person who can change is the one who decides to change. Okay? And as long as, especially when you're the guy will be whatever you want him to become until you enter into his net. And then it happens to you like it happened to a certain lady we know. So we say light and darkness don't meet. God and Satan have never had fellowship. Okay, that's why we're concerned until today, you know. And so this girl thought, yeah, it's today we can edit the scriptures. So akasema, no, this guy tamwombea, you know, and then he's going to change and blah blah. Guess what? The guy became whatever she wanted him to become. A boy akakuwa committed to church na nini, they got married. The guy got married because he wanted a girl. So he became to the church whatever everybody called a good Christian. So he gets married, kumbe jamaa anakunywaga lakini chini ya maji. So when he's coming to see the girl, see dating, why I was calling it fake, wakati anakuja kuona msichana 2-3 days akunywi, so wako sober, ana hata hizo hangovers, nothing, brushman or poa. So the girl didn't know. So he gets married, anaanza kuja na machupa huko. He says, hey, where? He says, you don't do that. Sema, nyinyi ndio mfanyangi hivyo. Leave me alone. So the guy anakunywa. Kidogo the girl was like, "Ai, where? This is alilimwa vita." I'm telling you about someone we know. Alilimwa vita. Of course, what was the next thing? Alienda kaambia basi. This guy amenichapa, his eye, black eye and all that, so you can imagine. So of course, basi atafanya nini? Hey, my brother, nini sasa? Of course, akasema ni shetani. Aliingia there, what happened. So that is what happened. So they are like, Kasi a woman again, and that was a deal to obey, hata to obey side. You know. So Pasi prays for them. They go, alilima huyo msichana vita. Ulikuwa unaenda kunistaki kwa Pasi, ndiye afanye. So ulikuwa unataka ndiye afanye. Alilimwa vita. And so non-believers and believers, we have no connection. God knew when He said that. God knew when He said that. Darkness and light are not related. When light comes, you are a child of light. The Bible says you become the light of the world. And so here you're trying to accommodate darkness. What happens when light comes in? Darkness disappears, has to leave. And here you're trying to make space for darkness. So what will happen? Very soon you will end up compromising your values to accommodate Him. So what will happen tomorrow? He will tell you, kissing is not. Then after kissing, caressing is not. Then after that, oops. Then you'll be, oops. And then one thing leads to another, boom. Then Pasi, I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. Ukujua nguo zikitoka, ukujua mshipi kifunguliwa, ukujua I'm like, come on. You were not born yesterday.
Any closing remarks?
Well, I would say God is still interested in living a holy life. God is still interested in working with young people that focus on Him, that value Him and walk with Him. And God wants to work with you guys. And I say you guys, I mean young people. But holiness is still possible. Purity is still possible. Living a righteous life is still possible. You don't have to conform to this world. Romans 12 says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's all in our mindset. If we change our mindset and begin to program ourselves according to God's standards, we can still date and do a holy dating. We can still build a good friendship, a righteous friendship, and start our marriages on the right foot. And guess who will be there to see you off and salute you and bring a gift on your wedding day? Ta-da! Exactly. So please, subscribing to God's standards will forever, past, present, and future, be the best way to go.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Believer Wa Campo, learn personally. Have you learned?
Yeah, so in case pia uko na any question una feel ijakuwa tackled, there is a chance for always a next time.
Yeah.
So you just comment your question and then tutamuuliza hapo. Umesikia pia wewe uko na wisdom.
Sage, a real sage.
Usisahau pia ku-like, ku-subscribe na kushare pia ku-comment.
Yeah.
Tap tap.
Thank you again for the privilege and the opportunity. See you next time.